It's a beautiful evening for USL League 2 soccer in Creve Coeur, Missouri, just 20 minutes down Interstate 64 from downtown St. Louis, the soccer capital of the United States. Good evening and welcome into tonight's contest between FC Ambush and the Santa Fe Wanderers on the Spartan Digital Network. I'm Ethan Hannaford, and tonight's matchup should be an exciting one taking place at Spartan Field from the campus of Missouri Baptist University. FC Ambush accomplishing a major achievement last Saturday when they won their first contest in USL League 2 history. The opponent they defeated, the very team that they'll be competing against tonight, the Santa Fe Wanderers. Last week's final 4-1 in favor of the Ambush. The Ambush kept the heat on all night long with goals coming from Juan Kuzri, John Gates, and 2 from Amon Mervin. The Ambush outshooting Santa Fe 20-17, 15 of those 20 shots being on goal. It was also the first matchup for the Ambush in the inaugural Strikers Cup, which includes the Wanderers and Sunflower State FC. So tonight will be the second matchup between the two opponents, and important to mention also that the Ambush are going to try and repeat the success which they were able to achieve 1 week ago, trying to look and to earn their second victory of the season. Both teams on the pitch, starting lineups being announced for both teams. So we'll go ahead and we'll go through those as well, starting off with the visiting Santa Fe Wanderers, who are coached by John Sosa, assisted by Jalon Flores, Cesar Arvalo, Javier Beltran-Savo, and Yoka Sinados Reis. A 4-3-3 is what they'll be showing tonight on the back line. At the left back, Zachary Peterson. The two center backs, Evan Frank and Ferdinand Hagen. And then the captain at right back, Gabriel Gallioto. In goal for them is Brandon McGaw, the grad student at UMKC. And at the midfield, the left mid, Michael Lennis. And at the center, it is Carson Wilcox. And at right mid, Roman Knox. Up top, attacking for the Wanderers, Murillo de Oliveira will be at the left front. Shafiq El Adrisi will be center attacker. And Kundalini will be up front on the right side. For FC Ambush, they'll also be going with a 4-3-3 tonight. They are coached by Jeffrey Locker and assisted by Donnie Alberti, Santiago Castillo, and Robert Juan Cristiano. Alexander Dreckler is in goal tonight for the Ambush. And in front of him, protecting his net, Bobby Pauly, the captain, will be left back along with Connor Dawson, Michael Holliday, Andre Shalbad. We'll take a pause, and then we'll get to the rest of the starting 11 in just a moment. You're listening on the Spartan Digital Network. Sorry, I thought I'd be able to get through all of it. There it is. It's there. Okay, 30. All right. Nice and tiny. It'll have to do. You may count. Okay.
Remodeling experts with 38 years of experience are bringing the excitement off the field and into the stands. Catch a shirt, then catch a deal. Show your game ticket and get 5% off your next project. Roofing, siding, concrete, and more. Scan the QR code on our banners to connect.
It's USL League 2 soccer here tonight from Creve Coeur, Missouri. FC Ambush and the Santa Fe Wanderers getting ready to square off. The national anthem just playing here at Spartan Field. So I'll continue on with the starting 11 for FC Ambush. I'll just go ahead and restart it for you. That way, if you're just tuning in, you are aware Alexander Drexler, the sophomore out of Lindenwood University, will be defending the net tonight for the ambush, protecting him up front. 4-3-3 tonight for FC. Bobby Pauly, the captain, on the left side. The two center backs, Connor Dawson and Michael Holiday. And then Andres Chalbad will be at the right back. The midfielders tonight, from left to right, Juan Kuzri, who scored a goal in his last game. Clayton Hamler will be at center mid, and Grant Locker, the captain, is at right mid. At the attack for the ambush, John Gates up top on the left side, Louis Perez, the center attacker, and Brendan Cunningham on the right side. We are just about ready to get underway. The ambush wearing their all-white uniforms, and you can see on the bottom of the jerseys, the bottom of those kits, the beautiful St. Louis skyline, the arch there. Perhaps we'll be able to get a closer look at that in just a moment. And then on the other side, wearing the red and black kits, is the Santa Fe Wanderers, who are looking tonight for their first victory in USL League Two history. This team has been around for a long time, just on the opposite side of the state in Kansas City, but new to USL League Two. So they're going to try to do something that FC Ambush was able to accomplish just last week, winning their first contest in USL League Two. The referees for tonight's contest, Matt Geringer, David Shifton, Adam Drees, and Lucas Cross. We are just about set to get underway. USL League Two soccer, just a few minutes away from downtown St. Louis, in the soccer capital of the United States. And there's just something about St. Louis and Kansas City, the interstate rivals. Perhaps we'll see a continued rivalry grow between these two. The old and the new, but in a sense both new to the USL League Two. So we are underway. Santa Fe, of course, the visiting team, so they start off with the ball and send it immediately back to the back line. Red and black kits, gold numbers on the back. Boy, a broadcaster can say thank you for that, for whoever designed those kits. Ferdinand Hagen with it at the moment. Perez puts pressure on for just a moment. Ended up being a beautiful night here on the campus of Missouri Baptist University. After a rainy afternoon, you wondered if the weather was going to get bad enough to where this one would have to either be delayed or postponed, but it has cleared up. Still a little bit overcast. You're seeing a little bit of blue skies peeking out as FC will have a throw in now on their defensive side. But we are playing soccer here on the pitch tonight. The third home game in 2025, the inaugural season for FC Ambush. Well, Dreesy gives it off to the far side. Roman Knox with it, senior out of SMU. Pinballed around the edge of the 18, and now Kumandi sending it in, but the cross is too much. Was trying to find Michael Ennis. Close but no cigar. It will be a goal kick, and we'll see Alexander Drexler get his foot on it for the first time tonight. Chalbad tried to find Cunningham there, and now it's back with him. Juan Kuzri switching fields with it to the near side. He finds Connor Dawson. Now the co-captain, Bobby Pauly, back near midfield in the center circle. Chalbad to Holiday, who was questionable earlier in the week. But as you can see, he is on the pitch tonight. Had been dealing with a little bit of an ankle issue. A couple of guys, or correction, just one guy for this FC Ambush squad tonight that unavailable, and that is Anelka Fejic. We saw him a couple of weeks ago go down hard, and he is still out tonight. with an ankle injury. Up to Cunningham to the far side. Overlapping is Pauly, the left back, who gives it to Louis Perez now. Correction, that's Hamler with it. He sends it to the back line. Dawson turns with it. A lot of room for him to work. He'll give it back to Juan Kuzri. It's been a pleasant addition here in the past couple of weeks to this FC Ambush squad. He gives it off to the co-captain, Grant Locker. Boys, he's been excellent this year. Beautiful ball to his co-captain, Pauly, on the far 18. To Perez now. Oh, just a bit too strong of a first touch there from Louis. And it was knocked away out of bounds. It will allow for the first corner kick of the evening for FC Ambush. They lead the Great Plains division in corner kicks taken this season. So let's see if they're able to take advantage of the pressure put on here in the early minutes. Just under 5 minutes into play. Looks like Locker's going to take it. Juan Kuzri's over there as well. Locker sends it in, headed out by a defender. That was Evan Frank. Right back to the ambush, though. Juan Kuzri tries to send it in. It's deflected off, and now an opportunity for a counter for the Wanderers. Instead, taken right back by the ambush. Juan Kuzri trying to send something in and into the hands of the keeper, Brandon McGaw. So the first shot on net in the contest for the ambush. As mentioned, 15 in their previous matchup against Santa Fe. You know, if you're anything like me, relatively new to USL League 2 within, of course, the past several months, Santa Fe, a new team as well, you're thinking, I wonder where Santa Fe is located, and you find out some information that, well, like I said, I was a little bit surprised when I found out that they were in Kansas City because of the name and the reasoning behind the name. It comes from the Santa Fe Trail, which, if you did not know, connects Santa Fe to Missouri. The owner of the club, Lorenzo Cadena Jr., explaining that it is in honor of the club's local heritage and cultural ties to Mexico. So there you go. There's the reasoning behind the name, the Santa Fe Wanderers. Santa Fe Trail, connecting New Mexico to Missouri. A little bit of a history lesson here for you on the broadcast this evening. We try to educate our listeners, our viewers. We appreciate you joining us here in the early going. Just under 7 minutes into the contest tonight. No score between FC Ambush and Santa Fe. Locker to his back line. Holiday. Holiday and Dawson have done a respectable job holding the center back spot this year, keeping it in check. Long ball to John Gates. All-conference honoree in the Ohio Valley Conference. Plays just down the road at Lindenwood University. So a foul called, so the Ambush are going to have an opportunity here to try and send something in. Grant Locker and Juan Kuzri. Looks like Locker is going to take this free kick, and the line being set, the offsides line, right at the 18-yard, edge of the 18-yard box. Locker sends it in on the bounce. It is cleared out. Goes right back to Grant. He gives it off to Juan Kuzri. And they'll try to reset to the back line. Pauly to Chalbad. He finds Louis Perez, the Mobap grad himself. He's played plenty of minutes here on the pitch at Spartan Field. Recently underwent a renovation. Excellent complex here. Facility, I should say. on what is a lovely campus here. The throw-in ends up going back to Santa Fe. So a giveaway there for FC, but they'll get it right back after an errant pass goes out of bounds and right at midfield. Shalbad throws it in. It's flicked forward by Perez and back to the back line for the Wanderers. Sent up now. De Oliveira with the now. The only goal scorer up to this point in the season that is playing tonight for Santa Fe, Murillo de Oliveira. Goal on 3 shots. And formerly played at Caldwell College. So a foul called right outside the 18, so this will be the best opportunity of the contest by far up to this point. And it looks like it's going to be Roman Knox that's going to take it. But Michael Innes is in there as well. Whistle blown. Shot put on! Oh, just above the crossbar. Great opportunity there for Knox. But a missed opportunity for Santa Fe to try and get on the board early. Just 10 minutes into this one. Pauly sends it back to Dawson. Sent forward, good ball, trying to find Shalbad. Will it stay in bounds? It sure will. Let's see if he can send something in. Good first touch, and he's able to send it back to Locker. A little bit too much, though. It goes to the Wanderers. De Oliveira with it. Sends a through ball. Finding Lennis. Back to Oliveira now. Good chemistry shown between the two. They have a chance to do something here, and a little bit of physicality in the box on the edge of the 18. A foul is called, and it is against Santa Fe. And as a result, the ambush will have possession here right outside the 18 as Juan Kuzri resumes things. To Dawson. Now Holiday. No pressure whatsoever being put on by Santa Fe, letting things play out. Sends it forward to Locker and back to Holiday. Now to the near side, it's Juan Kuzri. Dawson to Pauly. Now sent forward, finding Cunningham. No foul called. Cunningham wanted it as he went down with the touch. A little bit perhaps of a push from the defender. I believe that was Evan Frank. We're going the other way though. Kundalini with it. He gives it off to De Oliveira. To the far side. To the edge of the 18. Juan Kuzri gets ahead on it, back to De Oliveira. Through ball sent, and now one being crossed, and it's headed out by Chalbad, but it leads to a golden opportunity perhaps for Lennis, and he skies it. Cox gives it off to Linus. He's been very involved in attack early on for the Wanderers. Really enjoying watching De Oliveira and Linus so far in this one. Clearly some chemistry between the two, and there should be on this Santa Fe squad that has several guys that play together in college ball. They're coached by John Sosa, who is the head coach at Benedictine University. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members of Benedictine on the roster for Santa Fe. And being that they are in the Kansas City region, 4 players from UMKC, from the KC Roos. Chabad throws it in, gets it right back to him after Locker touched it. Tries sending it in, but it's headed back, and now an opportunity perhaps for Perez. Now Gates gives it off to Pauly on the corner of the 18. Trying to enter in, shot put on, wide right. Good chance there from Bobby Pauly. His 4th shot of the year, but his first one not on goal. And the second shot of the night. Shots at 2 apiece through the first 15. Second contest of the Strikers Cup. And so far, FC Ambush on top of it. As mentioned, that being between Sunflower State, Santa Fe, and FC. If you're wondering about the upcoming schedule for FC, they will see Sunflower State later this week on Wednesday. Oh, my apologies. Santa Fe will see Sunflower State on Wednesday. Next weekend, FC will travel and face off against Sunflower State, and then they'll host them the next week. But FC is back at home for a midweek contest. On Wednesday, they will face off against Springfield FC, a team that they lost 1-0 against back on May 21st. Hamler trying to find Gates. Good ball to switch up fields. Gates deciding what to do with it now. He's going to dance a little bit. He's able to move her and find open space. Finds forward now, an opportunity, shot put on and in, but the offsides flag is up. So for just a moment, you thought that the Ambush were going to take a 1-0 lead. The shot was put on, I believe, by Brendan Cunningham. Unfortunately, though, he got a bit too excited, just jumped a moment too early, and as a result, we remain scoreless. 17 and a half minutes in. McGaw, the keeper, to his left back. Gabriel Galloto gives it off to Ferdinand Hagen. And now to Kundalini, freshman out of Simon Fraser. Early in this one, possession has been pretty split between the two. Neither of these teams averaging over 50% possession on the season, but it has been much more pleasant for FC than it has been for Santa Fe. Just 36% of the time this year, Santa Fe has had control of possession. You bump that about 10%. It's around 46, 47% on the year for the ambush as a shot put on, and once again skied this time by De Oliveira. Play resumes. Hamler coming from center mid to come and fetch that one. He gives it off to Shalbad, who tries to find a man down the pitch, and it was headed out instead. Perez throws it in quickly to Locker. Finds Gates, who gives it off to Cunningham, but a turnover, and we're moving the other way. Nice job by the midfield. Oh, never mind. I was about to say nice job by the midfield forcing the takeaway, but a touch too physical according to the head referee, Matt Geringer. A little bit of chirping on the field for just a moment between Chalbad and Michael Linus. You hear Geringer shouting, "What are we doing?" That was actually Louis Perez, not Chalbad. And Geringer verbally smacks each of their hands, and we move on. 21 minutes in, no score. Grant Locker now with the ball on his boot, gives it off to Perez. Attempted 1-2 there, but Perez led Locker a little bit too far. It ends up rolling out of bounds, and now it'll be a throw-in for the captain, Gallardo. Gives it off quickly to Wilcox, his center mid, and Lennis with it now. He's going to look to switch fields, able to do so. Back to the left side. Wilcox, physical play there, but a good takeaway. And now numbers, Perez with it. Open room in front of him. He might put something on here. No, he tries to give it away to Gates, and he's unable to successfully do so. And now a counter the other way, potentially for the Wanderers. Kundalini trying to enter into the 18. Good defense from Pauly. He's able to somehow get around him. Shot put on is wide left, and it will roll out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Gates finds Pauly. Back to Dawson. Now Juan Kuzri. Perez with a touch right at the midfield line. Juan Kuzri. And now a whistle blown. And we're going to get a card, and it's going to be on waiting to see if it was on Lennis or Perez. It is on Perez. So just a couple of minutes after the warning given to Perez, he gets a yellow card from Geringer. Will be something to keep an eye on between him and Lennis and De Oliveira. So he'll have to play with a bit more caution the remainder of the night. Putting some pressure on here quickly. You hear a teammate yell, "Be careful." It would be very unfortunate for the ambush to have to play the final 65 minutes with 10 men. Knox Now Wilcox to Kundalini. He sends it in. It's headed out, though, by Dawson. Back to Kundalini. See if he tries to send it in once again. This time he puts a shot on after cutting inside, and it rolls nice and easily to Alexander Drexler. So far in this one, shots are listed 4-1 in favor of Santa Fe. Three fouls from each team. Hagan holding on to it, gives it to his right center back, Frank. Peterson forward to Kundalini, back to Peterson. Bad pass goes to Dawson. He goes down for just a moment, and it's taken back by the Wanderers. El Adrisi gives it right to Pauly, so some sloppy play from both sides there. Lead to a couple of turnovers. It's with the ambush now. Cunningham coming back to receive the ball. Gives it to Holiday. Good touch to find Holiday. Holiday has plenty of room now. Correction, that's Hamler. He finds Gates. Entering into the edge of the 18. Sent it to the box. Shot put on. Wide left. Luis Perez, what an opportunity there. Good attempt on the volley. And the ambush missed a chance. We remain scoreless. De Oliveira with it. The center circle trying to find Kundalini, headed back by Pauly, and that will roll out of bounds. So it'll lead to the first corner kick of the evening for Santa Fe. And you see Murillo de Oliveira making his way out to the far corner flag, and they elect to move quickly instead of setting anything up. Attempted shot there from Knox, deflected to the top left corner, and it is in. What a shot for Roman Knox. He gave one attempt, it was deflected in front by a defender for the ambush, and he said, take two. And he shot a beauty to the top left corner to give Santa Fe a 1-0 lead, 27 minutes in. They elect to move quickly off of the restart. Boy, what a shot. And I think that perhaps them moving so quickly caught FC off guard. So now all of a sudden, the ambush with their backs against the wall. Having scored 4 goals last week against Santa Fe, they trail now 1-0. So let's see how Jeff Locker's squad responds. There's a little bit of movement on their bench. See Trey Peterson get up and start moving a little bit. Let's see. We'll see if he decides to do anything this early on. Jalbad to John Gates. Peterson playing good defense, tried finding Perez, unable to do so, and now back to the Wanderers. Kundalini sends it forward. Good ball finding De Oliveira. He has work to do. He tries putting a shot on from 25 yards out, but it was deflected in front, and now sent back to the ambush back line. Locker last touches it before going out of bounds. Hot pass there from the back line. We'll have a throw in now for the ambush. A correction. It's a free kick. Quickly taken on the restart. Juan Kuzri to Dawson. Now Holiday to Juan Kuzri. Pauly. Back to Dawson. Now Juan Kuzri. Near side, Chalbad. Good defense there, pressing by Knox, the goal scorer in the 28th minute. But it stays with the ambush. Juan Kuzri. Back to Chalbad. At midfield, Dawson finds Hamler. Good touch. The center mid trying to start the attack. Cunningham to Gates, to the edge of the 18. Shot on right to McGaw. Good opportunity there as Gates looks to the skies. A little bit frustrated perhaps, unable to finish on the opportunity. El Idrisi and a whistle blown and another card coming out. That one on Juan Kuzri. The second yellow card of the night for the ambush, and John Gates unhappy with the call, pleading his case. Several members of FC looking a little bit frustrated up to this point, understandably. Have to be very careful with opponents like this where you finally break through, you have a dominant win, to not just assume that that is going to be what is to come in the next contest. This Santa Fe team, while they have gotten beaten down a couple of times, 3-1 loss to Des Moines, a 2-0 loss to Peoria City, but just last week, a 4-3 loss against Des Moines. That's a team that beat the ambush last week 5-1 here at Spartan Field. So they have proven that they can compete in the division, and they're looking for their first win in league history tonight. Shot put right on into the hands of Drexler. That was from the captain, Galloto. Pauly. Now Juan Kuzri to Holiday. Back to him. Trying to find Cunningham, able to do so on the bounce. Outside of the 18 on the near side. Gives it to Chalbad. See if he tries to send something in here. He will not for the moment. Sends it to the far side. His left back, Bobby Pauly. And they will reset here. Dawson to Holiday. Juan Kuzri. Locker tried finding Chalbad. Instead, it was deflected out of bounds, so the ambush will have a throw-in. See if they try to get something into the box here. They will not. Gates back to Chalbad. And it's taken away by the Wanderers. El Idrisi. Touched for a moment by Chalbad. He's able to maintain possession. Over to Lennis. And to the back line. Give your kudos here to Santa Fe. They have controlled it for what it feels like possession here in the last several minutes. Have seemed to control the pace of this game. Leading in shots up to this point, 5-2, but what matters is the goal column, and they are on top 1-0. Roman Knox, the man to thank on the goal, unassisted as of this moment. Cox did put a shot attempt on. It was deflected in front by an ambush defender, and then on the second attempt, he netted a beauty in the upper left corner. Nothing that Alexander Drexler can do about that. Gates on the near side at midfield. Juan Kuzri tried finding Chalbad, but Galloto was in the perfect spot. On the other end, Perez, a good touch. He has a little bit of open space, puts a shot on, deflected in front. Now Chalbad. Too hot on the touch, and it's taken away. Kundalini trying to get around Bobby Pauly. Good tackle to knock that one out of bounds. And gives the ambush an opportunity to collect themselves, get back, and not get countered on here. Lennis. Sends it to Peterson. Back to Lennis. Nine minutes remaining in the first half, plus stoppage time. Galloto. To De Oliveira. Good takeaway by Grant Locker. And now the ambush in possession. Juan Kuzri to Cunningham. A whistle blown, a foul called. Juan Kuzri was shoved, and it'll be a free kick. Quickly, Gates gives it to Juan Kuzri. Dawson to Pauly. Chalbad. Gates. Nutmegs his man, and now he has some open room. Tries to send one in on the ground. On Kuzri, a little bit too hot on the first touch. He's able to keep it in, and now the flag goes up. Mentioning that it was out of bounds. So it will be a goal kick now that McGaw will take. Drexler clears away. We resume quickly. Wilcox to Knox, the goal scorer, about 10 minutes ago. Almost taken off of the foot of Knox by Locker, but he retains possession, gives it off to Kundalini. Shot put on, and it's skied once again. Dawson tries to find Chalbad. It's last touched by Galloto, so Chalbad will throw in on the near side. He finds Cunningham, back to Chalbad. Touched by De Oliveira, and a quick throw in once again. Juan Kuzri. Let's see if he tries to send something in here. Instead, he sends it back to his center back, Holiday. Now Dawson. Nearing the 40-minute mark here in the first half. As we near the half, Chalbad sends one in. Touched by Cunningham. He wants a whistle blown. He doesn't get one. And now a counter opportunity. Nothing coming from it. El Idrisi to De Oliveira to Wilcox. And we're going to get a card, and that is going to be on Luis Perez. A little bit too physical, and as a result, that is his second yellow card, resulting in a red, and that will force him to be ejected. Boy, was that a big mistake from the ambush attacker. Trying to make a play on the ball, caught a bit too much of the leg of Wilcox. And his day is over, and the ambush will have to play the rest of this one with 10 men. As he walks off, heads back into the tunnel to the locker room, followed by Donnie Alberti. Frustrating first half for the ambush. Trailing 1-0, and now they'll have to try and play catch up here with 10 men for the remainder. You can just get to the half here with the deficit where it is. Get your guys their breather. You know they're going to have to use substitutions now in the second half with playing with only 10 to try and get back into this one, but it's going to be a tough task. Free kick there from Knox, headed out by an ambush defender, and as a result, a corner now. Lennis takes it, headed out to Wilcox. Let's see if he puts something on. No, he gives it off to Hagen, and he sends it in to the hands of Drexler. Sun peeking out here at Missouri Baptist University. Let's see if it can shine down on a response here for the ambush, who trail 1-0 with 2 minutes remaining plus stoppage time in the first half. Juan Kuzri looking for Gates, shielding his eyes for just a moment, and they're going to call an offsides. It got bright here on campus very quickly. Galloto. Hagen to Frank. Knox sending it forward. Holiday beats out De Oliveira and lets it roll. Good defense there from the sophomore. out of Memphis University. "30 seconds to the 45-minute mark. Bobby Pauly gets ahead on it. He goes right to Knox. Now up forward. Kundalini with it. Good pressure being put on by Gates. He takes it away. Now Locker, a lot of open space. Gives it off to Juan Kuzri. Man to his right, and no takeaway. Juan Kuzri still holding on to it. Good ball to Cunningham. He tries putting one on. It's deflected. That time by Hagan. And we'll have a corner here. We have hit the 45-minute mark. Just 1 minute of stoppage time added on as of now. Quickly, Locker to Juan Kuzri. Locker now centers it on. Gates puts a shot on. It's deflected in front. Cleared out. That felt like a wasted opportunity for the ambush. Not able to do anything with the chance. Juan Kuzri. Chalbad. Being passed around the back line. We'll see if they try to attempt one last effort to even this one up before the half. Good ball finding Cunningham, and now Locker. He's going to send something in here. It's off of the football goalpost. And that will end the first half of play. A frustrating first 45 for the FC Ambush, who trail 1-0 and will have to play the second half with 10 men following a red card from Luis Perez around the 38-minute mark. The one goal coming from Roman Knox in the 27th minute. And that is the difference in this one so far. How will the Ambush respond? Santa Fe has to be happy on their end with what they've seen from their squad. They've controlled the majority of the play here in the latter half of the first half. Plenty of soccer to be played here at Spartan Field. We will go ahead and take a pause, and on the other side, second half action for you. You're watching USL League 2 Soccer on the Spartan Digital Network. I didn't even see that. Thank you.
rounds of team trivia, free beer, plus prizes, practice for more. Bring your own drinks, snacks, and the best trivia team. Sign up at the table at 8 for our senior tickets. Doors are open at 6 and trivia will begin at 6:30. RSVP now at STRKRZ.com/VR Ambush Trivia Night. Help us make this the night to remember. Outdoor soccer season is here. Get your SC Ambush tickets now from Hometown Ticketing at hometownticketing.com. Don't miss the moment of USL 2 action. Now that school is out, get your kids after this summer to St. Louis Ambush soccer games. Open to players ages 6 to 14. These games are led by Ambush players and staff and offer fun, high-quality training across multiple locations around St. Louis area. Get the full schedule and register today at STRambush.com/camps. Attention soccer families, the SC Ambush Youth Club is now only team for the upcoming season. Tryouts start tomorrow, June 8th. Young athletes will have a chance to train and become the guidance of Ambush Pro team coaches. Visit STRambush.com/SC Ambush Youth for more information. Don't miss the second of indoor soccer action. Season tickets for the 2025-2026 St. Louis Ambush season are on sale now. We'll also have one game with no facility fees, plus exclusive perks and approved parking, guaranteed giveaway items. Order your tickets today by visiting STLambush.com/season-tickets. Before be sure to follow us and tag us on all of our social media sites. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube at SC Ambush. St. Louis Medical Group has been caring for St. Louis families for over 150 years as the region's only independent healthcare provider. St. Louis
After, you mean like once we get back going here or during the half? Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I gotta just get some information real quick on him. But yeah, it's,
If you're looking at your under the yellow umbrella, here's your official national merch provider. Stop by the table near the main entrance and pick up your SC Ambush merchandise today. You can also visit our store on North Main Street in Bismarck, St. Charles. Hey, Ambush fans, Solomon Contracting expert exterior team specializes in new roofing, roofing repairs, commercial roofing, masonry, siding, and concrete. Be sure to schedule an appointment tonight. Show us your game ticket and enjoy 5% off.
that's fine. No worries.
QR code Stay tapped in everything across the USL, including the latest highlights, scores, news, and exclusive chances to win. Download the official USL app now on Apple and Google Play Store.
What is it?
Very proud to be the official match ball
How much time's on the...
and Davis and Lakers there every step of the way. Visit US.select, STR.com, the latest electronics, specials, and more. Safe for players' choice. Again, we'd like to dedicate a special thank you to Mr. Tristan Stuff and Costa on Mexico Road in St. Peters. Our official post-game meal provided for players and staff. Be sure to stop by Mr. Tristan's location on Mexico Road for some delicious
Did not tell you.
and stuff. SC Ambush proudly operated by the Live Sports Group. Official here today at the SC Ambush Team Store, Colorado Exploration.
What is up with the computer audio? It sounds terrible. What, you and Rez was playing like an idiot today?
Heads up, man. Some contracting is throwing teachers into the crowd.
You hear that?
Remodeling experts with 38 years of experience are bringing the excitement off the field and into the stands. Catch a shirt, then catch a wheel. Get a game ticket and get 5% off your next project.
So we're coming back.
Signing, concrete,
Okay.
and more. QR
Okay.
code on their banners.
I think
Take
the
the net.
stats and then is that what we do first? Okay. Stats and then probably like a short break or something. Yeah. Welcome back into USL League 2 Soccer on the Spartan Digital Network. We are at the half currently in the third home contest in 2025 for the FC Ambush. They trail Santa Fe 1-0 after 45 minutes of play. And following last week's 4-1 victory for the Ambush over Santa Fe, I imagine this is certainly not what a lot of people were expecting. The first half stats you can see here show that really the game was in large part controlled offensively by the Wanderers, who were able to put more pressure on, had better opportunities throughout, and have tested Alexander Drexler a couple of times. And as you can see, as a result, the most important one being one goal in the column. They lead 1-0 at the half. That one goal being scored by Roman Knox. It came off of following a corner kick would be the better. It wasn't off of a corner kick, but it was following one where rather than sending one in, Santa Fe elected to play quick and try to catch St. Louis off balance, and it worked. They went quick, and it ended up on the foot of Knox, who tried putting a shot on from right outside the 18 on the far right side, and it was deflected in front by a defender, but it went right back to him. The lane opened up, and he put a beautiful shot on, an upper 90 top left corner shot that, of course, went in the 28th minute, giving Santa Fe their 1-0 lead. A few minutes later, another big moment would happen. Luis Perez would earn his second yellow card of the night, meaning that he would be ejected. 2 yellow cards equals 1 red, and 1 red gets you booted out. So hopefully a learning opportunity for Louis, still young in his professional career, plays with the St. Louis Ambush, Major Arena Soccer League team as well. So let's hope that he is able to recover. The second half getting set to get underway in just a couple of moments. Playing one man down, we'll see what the Ambush are able to do. They will start off with possession here. You'd like to hope that perhaps there was a bit of a motivational message given in the locker room at the half by head coach Jeff Locker. Maybe gets this team fired up a little bit, and perhaps they can switch the momentum and use that break to do so. In their last home contest a couple of weeks ago, that was not the case against Des Moines. They went in trailing by 1, and almost immediately off the start, Des Moines was able to double the lead and make it 2-0. St. Louis lost that game 5-1. So let's hope that the Ambush, despite being a man down the rest of the way, that they are able to adjust and get right back into this. I have to imagine that at some point they're going to start dipping into their bench, considering that they are trailing and they will have less legs. So you want to make sure that everyone's staying fresh, especially up top. The more you're going to be pushing up, the deeper into this game, if it is to remain a 1-0 lead for Santa Fe. So we are just about ready to get going here in half number 2. The whistle blows, and just like that, second half play begins. Connor Dawson to Michael Holliday as the Ambush moving from right to left now. And the Wanderers from left to right goes right back to Roman Knox, the man of the match up to this point in my eyes, because of his goal being the difference up to this point. So immediately, possession goes back to Santa Fe.
Did have a lineup change to start the second half. Number 16, Devin Peterson is out. Number 3, Felipe Vargas.
Great opportunity there off the start. Cross attempt, but no one was home for Santa Fe, and a shot put on by Wilcox. Eladrisi to the far side. Now into the edge of the 18, Gallardo gives it off, back to Eladrisi, sending one on, deflected in front, and a little bit of trouble there for a moment for Drexler. He's able to recover after bobbling for a moment, and there was a loose ball. You thought perhaps that Kundalini would take advantage of that. He wasn't able to get to it in time. So a bit of a break caught there for the ambush, and now Drexler will send this one away. Alex Drexler stands at 6'6". Is originally from High Ridge, Missouri, where he attended Northwest High School. And at Northwest High School, he holds the records for wins, saves, and shutouts. 3-time All-State honoree, and was the 2022 All-State Goalkeeper of the Year in Missouri. So a very storied career for him at the high school level. He did not appear in any matches for Lindenwood this past fall. Remaining fresh and is, from what I have seen, looked pretty solid here in the start of the 2025 summer. Grant Locker on the edge of the 18, sends one to the corner. Chalbat centers it, and it is cleared out. Hamler is going to get a foot on it, tries to send it back in, too much on it, and he's not able to get it to Locker. And it'll be a goal kick, so once again, another missed opportunity for FC. .49 minutes in, 4 minutes into the second half. You see there on the score bug, the second half time. So don't be mistaken, it is the second half if you are just joining us here on the Spartan Digital Network. We appreciate you joining us up to this point. I'm Ethan Hannaford. 1-0 our score, Santa Fe leading FC Ambush. Lennis to Wilcox, and almost taken away at the midfield, Holiday. But it's 2 knocks now. He has room. Enters into the edge of the 18. Sends one forward. Good save by Drexler, but the offside flag up either way. Boy, a scary opportunity. Lennis kind of snuck through, but to his disadvantage, jumped a little bit early. Drexler will boot this one away. Eladrisi with it on his foot. Has it taken away by Juan Kuzri. Nice job creating open space. Juan Kuzri down the near side and forces that one out of bounds. And they'll have a throw in. Bobby Pauley will throw this one in. He finds Locker, and it's sent out of bounds. Correction, that was Cunningham. Knox finds Eladrisi. Wasn't announced here in-house, but Felipe Vargas enters into the ball game, into the contest. And a very physical play. Lennis throwing down Gates, and are we gonna get a card here? Oh, I can't believe we aren't getting a card. Referee is having a chat with Lennis though. So it'll be a goal kick as Drexler will send this one away. So Felipe Vargas entering for Zachary Peterson at left back. Holiday with it now. Correction, Hamler. A lot of room for him to work. Wilcox on his tail and a whistle blown, and Wilcox is going to get a card, understandably, as he was tugging jersey, trying to slow down Hamler. So the first card of the night for Santa Fe occurs at the 53-minute mark. Ball sent in, it goes right to McGaw, and now the opportunity for a counter. Kundalini to midfield. Juan Kuzri catches up with him. Good ball to the far side, finding De Oliveira. Eladrisi tried deking his way through several defenders for the ambush, but too strong on the last touch. It ends up rolling out of bounds, so a goal kick leads to the ambush with possession now. Dawson to Locker. Tried finding Cunningham, unable to do so, so it ends up with Eladrisi for the Wanderers, but he was out of bounds when he touched it, so a throw-in for St. Louis. Shalbad throws it in. Juan Kuzri with it now. Back to Holiday at center back. Pauly now. He's going to switch fields with it. A touch from Chalbad. And it's taken away. Currently with the back line. And now Lennis to Knox. Good ball sent forward, finding Eladrisi. He's trying to get into the box. Finds some space, sends it off. And a great touch there by Michael Holiday, who is able to knock it out of bounds at the last moment, taking it off of De Oliveira's foot. It will be a corner kick for Santa Fe. Lennis is near in case they want to go short, but it looks like it's going to be sent in. It is, and Chalbad gets first touch, sends it out. It goes to Lennis. He sends it right back in. Knox, this is a real dangerous opportunity. De Oliveira sends it in, and a good save from Drexler. Quickly moving forward now, Gates. Moving the other way, the ambush on the counter, and it is knocked out of bounds. We'll see the replay of that save from Drexler. Oliveira trying to center it. He had 3 men right there in front of the goal, and a nice kick save from Alexander Drexler, keeping the deficit at 1. 57 minutes into the contest. We will have a couple of substitutions on each side now. So Owen Guffey entering for Brendan Cunningham. And Tristan Austin entering for Clayton Hamler. With the back line for the ambush, Juan Kuzri. So I mentioned the 2 substitutions for the ambush. On the other side, Javon Barrett entering for Carson Wilcox. So a change at center mid for the Wanderers. Free kick here for the ambush. Juan Kuzri will take it from 25 yards out. He sends it in. So they get a touch on it first, the ambush do, but they were offsides, and as a result, it will go back to the Wanderers. Another missed chance for FC. This one occurring in the 60th minute. They remain down 1-0. Shot put on from Austin, right to McGaw. Moving the other way. Lindy not able to connect with Lennis. Ends up right back on his foot though. And now a whistle blown and a foul. And it looks like it was in the box. Let's see if they mark it inside the 18. No, they're going to give it to him right outside of the 18-yard box. So still a great opportunity, but a bit of a break there for the ambush. Kunalindi in there in the mix, as is El Adrisi. We'll see who head coach John Sosa has taken. El Adrisi and Linus set up a 3-man wall. Chalbad, Holiday, and Juan Kuzri in it. And it looks like it's going to be El Adrisi. He sends it in, headed out by Pauly first, and Guffey then follows. Nice job, and now a whistle blown, and a foul called. And that's going to be against Santa Fe, so the ambush weather the storm in the 62nd minute. Throw in from Chalbad. Tried finding Juan Kuzri, not enough on it, and now a potential counter for Santa Fe. Second half substitution, Vargas touched it for a moment. Now back to the back line. Hagen with it. Headed away by Holiday, goes right back to him. He will give it to his keeper, Drexler, who will boot it away. Trying to find Gates, takes a bounce behind Vargas. Knocked out of bounds. Lennis to the newly entered Javon Barrett. His pass too hot to handle for Kunalindi, and it's taken away. Now an opportunity for the ambush. Juan Kuzri, 25 yards out. He gives it to Locker, enters the edge of the 18, sends it in, and no one is home. Headed out by Barrett to the back line, Holiday. To Guffey, back to Holiday. Guffey gives it to Dawson in the center circle. Pauly on the near side, centers it, and finds Guffey. Whistle blown, foul called. That was on, I believe, Evan Frank on the backside. They called it farther back, but it will be a free kick for FC. 35 yards out. Juan Kuzri sends it in. And Santa Fe gets ahead to it first, but now a whistle blown. And a foul called right outside of the 18. And this will be a great opportunity for the ambush. This will be about 25 yards out, perhaps 24. And Grant Locker, you can see right there, has the ball in his hands. I think we have an idea of who wants this one. Several guys in the mix there, but I have to imagine that there is one man that's going to be taking this. And it looks to be the captain, the sophomore out of Marquette University. 66 minutes in. Can the ambush knot things up? Whistle blown. Shot put on, blocked by the wall in front. Juan Kuzri will retrieve. To Chalbad, to the far side. Tristan Austin has it taken away. And now an opportunity for a counter. A bad pass allows for the ambush to hold on to it for just a moment. Sloppy play leads to another turnover. Perhaps numbers for the Wanderers. Lennis has it taken away, back to Austin. He crosses midfield, still carrying it. Tried sending a through ball to Locker. To no avail, though. The Wanderers have it. Javon Barrett, newly entered in, gives it to Kundalini. Now Vargas. Barrett to Kundalini. Vargas overlapping. He elects to play it to him. Now Barrett to Eladrisi. Knox to Lennis. Good ball movement here for the Wanderers. This kind of stuff is what tires out a team like the Ambush. You're already playing a man down. You're getting to that point of the game where, for the guys that are still in there, legs are probably starting to get tired because of the extra work that they're having to carry. The more possession you can have if you're Santa Fe, the better position you're going to be in, and the better chance to find a hole and to really put this game away with a second. Finds Kundalini, thought he was offside. No flag is lifted though. Either way, it ends up with Drexler. Wearing the all-blue kit, he will punt this one away. Head first there by Hagan. Back to Guffey. Austin right back to him. Owen Guffey. Juan Kuzri. Tried finding Austin. Santa Fe got to it first. Back to the back line. Holiday. We'll let it roll back into enemy territory. Dawson. Tried finding Chalbad on the far side. Too hot to handle. And we will have another substitution for the Ambush. Entering into the contest will be Trey Peterson. And Andres Chalbad's day will conclude. Peterson, a freshman at Washington and Lee College, attended Collinsville High School, all-sectional honoree, and also separate sport, but at Collinsville, he is the 2-mile record holder in track, the 3,200. See if he can put those fresh legs into use here and provide a little spark for the Ambush, who trail 1-0, 70 minutes in. Chalbad out. Peterson in. Juan Kuzri to the near side. Gates. To Guffey. Dawson back to Guffey. Almost a bad giveaway there. Almost twice. Holiday's touch too hot to handle, and it ends up resulting in the ball being booted away. Kundalini slow to get up, but the right decision from the referees to not call a foul, I believe, there, as Holiday going in for the dive looked like he got all ball. Sosa, the head coach for Santa Fe, and not a fan of the no call. But that's how it goes, and we resume play. That one will draw a foul. Tristan Austin trips up the lone goal scorer, Roman Knox. Vargas will take the free kick. And he switches fields, finding the captain, Galloto. Barrett. Whistle blown and a foul called on Barrett. Much to the surprise of the Santa Fe bench. Whistle blown, foul called, that one against the ambush. Tristan Austin again. You see Kudulundi going down, drawing it. Only 2 shots on the season coming into tonight's match, but it's been active up top for the Wanderers. Vargas. Open room in front of him. Gives it off to Barrett. Barrett. Galloto. Sent in. Headed out by Dawson. On a bounce. Juan Kuzri, good defense. Now has a lot of open room. Tries sending it forward, but deflected in front by Vargas. Peterson to Austin. At midfield. Back to Peterson on the far side. He sends it up, trying to find Locker. Nowhere close to him. As Hagen gets ahead on it. Juan Kuzri to Locker. Too hot for him to handle. Rolls out of bounds. Peterson will throw it in, but not before a substitution for the Wanderers.
Subbing in for Santa Fe, number 19, KRZ Cup,
Murillo de Oliveira's night comes to an end. Boy, did he create and cause a lot of ruckus for this FC Ambush back line. A lot of opportunities created for him. A very productive evening for him, despite not being able to end up on the score sheet. And as mentioned, entering into his place, Akira Itadani. So plenty of fresh legs being brought on here for both teams. A yellow card called on the other side. And that one going to, I believe, Galloto. He's not happy about it. Neither is Sosa on the Santa Fe bench. Pleading his case, but it won't do anything for him. Juan Kuzri will take the free kick. 28 yards out. He sends it in. Austin not able to get a head on it. Just a bit too much for him. The offsides flag is up once again. Another offsides on a set piece for St. Louis. We hit the 77-minute mark, 13 minutes remaining plus stoppage time. We saw 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half. Another substitution now, this time for the ambush. Coming off is number 12, Michael Holliday. Entering on, Ryan Kidu. Nice job tonight from Michael Holliday on the back line for the ambush. And Kidu, a fan favorite here. Started the first game of the year for St. Louis, but has come off the bench in every single other contest here at Spartan Field. Five substitutions in the second half for the ambush. Lennis with it. Puts a shot on with the left. Diving save from Alexander Drexler. It may have gone wide left regardless, but either way, an athletic save from the goalkeeper for the ambush. And we'll get a replay of that in just a moment following the corner kick for Santa Fe. Sent in. Oh, and a very physical play, a collision between Guffey and I believe Knox, and Guffey is down, and quickly the trainer will come out onto the pitch. And a yellow card is given, as it should be, and it is given to, that is not Knox, that is Evan Frank, the center back. And there is no reason to be pleading his case. That is an unnecessary collision and a lack of awareness of where you are and who's around you. Guffey is onto his feet, which is a good sign, but boy did he fall hard. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the replay while Guffey collects himself on the save from Drexler. You see Lennis cut back and put a great shot attempt on with the left, but an even better save from the ambush netminder. So Drexler will now boot this one away. Eladrisi to the near side. Vargas to Kundalini. Still holding on to it, able to get around Pauly. Tried centering it, but not able to do so. Good job by the back line for the ambush to get that one out. And now Kidu on a run here. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Has a lot of open space. Switches fields, finds Gates. Back to Kidu. And he has it taken off of his foot. Now Barrett. Far side, newly entered Akira Itadini. Gets it on his foot for the first time, and a whistle blown, a foul called. Quickly play restarting. Peterson with it for the ambush. Sent forward to Kidu. Gates brings it down, or tries to bring it down. Whiffs on it a couple of times and finally does. He sends it back out to the far side where he finds Tristan Austin. Austin, let's see if he can send something in here. Passes with the right. Guffey sends it in, headed out by Santa Fe. Time running short here for the ambush. Trailing 1-0 with 8 minutes remaining in regulation plus stoppage time. Guffey sends it forward, finds Gates. Over to Austin now. Now Guffey. Guffey. Bad pass. And it ends up with Kundalini, who sends it forward. Tried to find Itadini, I'm sorry. Peterson. Now Dawson. Connor Dawson, the center back for the ambush. Gives it to Guffey. Now Gates. Good find. Pauly. Open on the near side. He gives it to Juan Kuzri. Back to Pauly. Forward to Kidu. Pauly overlapping. He's going to send something in. A lot of open space, but they say that either way, he was out of bounds when he tried to cross it. And I believe that was why no one really tried to clear it or tried to put something on. I think everyone probably knew that it crossed over the out of bounds line. It'll be a goal kick. McGaw sends it to his right back. Haven't had to say his name too much tonight. Hasn't really been pressed that much tonight. Not a lot of great opportunities for FC on him. Haven't had to test him very much. That's the word I was looking for. Man goes down for Santa Fe. And the trainer will come out and tend to Evan Frank. Slow to get up. Looked like just a cramp perhaps. A little bit slow. But he is walking off now and will be tended to. And the two sides, more so Santa Fe, taking advantage of the pause and cooling off with a water break. John Gates holding on to the ball saying, let's go. I'm ready. Time ticking down. Jeff Locker saying, what's going on? Why are we taking so long on the restart here? And I understand him. A lot of pause there in preparation for the substitution. And entering in now for Santa Fe will be number 32, Manuel Abello. A couple of substitutions here. We'll get them to you as quick as we can, but I can tell you that El Adrisi and Kundalini's nights are over, as is Evan Frank. So several new substitutions coming on. Flag is up. And a foul called. No, offsides. So Gates now will throw it backwards and we'll give it to the back line. Juan Kuzri. Forward to Locker. Newly entered in the mix for the ambush. Or for Santa Fe, I'm sorry. Fabian Viquez entering in place of El Adrisi. Pauly with a throw-in. He finds Guffey. Now to Peterson. The The press increasing here for the ambush in the final minutes before stoppage time. Peterson stops it at midfield, gives it off to Dawson on the near side. Sending one back forward, trying to find Pauly, but he's not going to be able to get there before it rolls out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Jack Dean entering for Kundalini. Dawson has it stripped off his foot for just a moment. And now numbers for Santa Fe. Nice job recovery there from Dawson as he's able to force the turnover. And it results in a goal kick. Play continues on in the 88th minute. 1-0. Santa Fe leading, looking for their first victory in USL League 2 history. Now a chance for Itadina. And too much on the final touch. It ends up with Drexler. Austin and the ambush will try to counter. They switch fields to Bobby Pauly. He sends it forward to Gates. Back to Pauly. Sent in the air. Juan Kuzri brings it down. Looking for help. Back to Dawson. Thought about switching fields for a moment. Instead, he gives it off to Gates on the near side. He'll take advantage of space. Gives it off to Kidu. Into the 89th minute. He sends it forward. Gates is there, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for the ambush. Grant Locker takes it quickly, gives it to Juan Kuzri. He's going to try to send it in, headed out. Peterson has it knocked off of his foot. 2-on-1, numbers for the Wanderers now. Itadani forward to Dean. Kick save from Drexler. Keeps it alive for moments. Now Barrett to the far side. Itadani. And it's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Itadani. 4 minutes of stoppage time incoming, so a few minutes remaining on the ambush's hope to try and even this one up. And a whistle blown, a foul called by Vargas. And quickly, Vargas gets a card. We restart quickly. Pauly sending one in. No one there on the bounce. It's going to be taken by McGaw. Jeff Locker challenging and encouraging his team to press on, to keep putting on the pressure. Nice job there by Peterson, knocking that one away. Fabian Viquez, the newly entered man, at forward. Because St. Louis is playing with such a press right now, has led to a couple of counter opportunities. Fortunately, Alexander Drexler has made a couple of big saves, and the center backs have stepped up on a couple of occasions. Sent back forward by Juan Kuzri. Let's see if Locker can get a touch on it. He's not able to before it's cleared away. Viquez heads this one out. It's going to be thrown in now by Pauly on the near side in front of the edge of the Santa Fe bench. Finds Juan Kuzri. Pauly sends it forward. It's going to be headed back and cleared out. It'll be thrown in front of the ambush bench. Kidu Tried finding Austin, wasn't able to get there in time, and it'll be a goal kick. Poor execution here in the final moments for the ambush. McGowan, no rush to send off this goal kick. Sending his team forward. He now clears it away. Headed by Viquez. Gates will throw it in. Finds Juan Kuzri. Now Gates. Switches it over to Peterson. He'll go out wide to Austin. Austin trying to enter the edge of the 18, and too much to handle on the touch. It'll be a goal kick. Good defense from Barrett. He ends up in the back of the field hockey goal. Looks like a field hockey goal at least. I'm being told to cross. Thank you. Appreciate that, Ricky. Slow to get up. The trainer will come out for a moment. Perhaps this creates another minute of stoppage time. Barrett now exits. Play will continue. McGaw boots it away. Pauly gets a touch on it. Gates. Now to Pauly. Last touched by the ambush. Santa Fe will throw in. Dawson. Sending it forward. Headed by Lennis. Now Barrett. Last touched by the ambush. It'll be another throw in. Juan Kuzri gets a head on it. Now Dawson, able to keep it in bounds. He'll send it to Drexler. Drexler sends it forward, right to Barrett. Barrett, now to Itadani. Shot put on, and it's in. Drexler is pleading, wondering where the offsides flag was. But he's not going to get any benefit here. And that'll do it. Akira Itadani, the late substitution, puts this one out of reach for the ambush in the final moments. Just not enough men back for the ambush. Drexler immediately wondering where the offsides call was. But when you're pressing so much, you're going to have fewer men back, and that was the case there. And immediately, following the kickoff, this one concludes. A very disappointing final result for tonight for FC Ambush, who dropped this one by a final of 2-0. But on the other side, the Santa Fe Wanderers, their first victory in USL League 2 history. Congratulations to the Wanderers. They were the better team in this one and were able to take advantage of having the extra man, or technically the ambush being a man short, for over 45 minutes of this one, close to 50 minutes of the contest. Goals from Roman Knox and Akira Itadani are the difference in this one. Not enough offensive production this evening for the Ambush, who are outshot 12-6. A very different story from the first contest where they were able to put 20 shots on. 5 saves made by Alex Drexler. 3 from Brandon McGaw. Corners even. Physicality picked up late in this one. Most of the cards for the Ambush came in the first half, and the one card, red card, coming from Luis Perez, and that would end up being a huge difference in the contest. 5 shots on goal for Santa Fe, 3 for the Ambush, who just did not have enough offensive pressure tonight to be able to compete with Santa Fe, who wins their first contest in USL League 2 history. As we look forward to the upcoming schedule for both of the teams, for Santa Fe, they will face off against Sunflower State on Wednesday at 7 o'clock at their home stadium, Durwood Stadium, the home of UMKC. And for the Ambush, they'll be back at home on Wednesday against Springfield FC, the 7:30 start time, as they will look to respond after a disappointing result tonight. That concludes our coverage here of USL League 2 Soccer. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Ethan Hannaford saying so long from the Spartan Digital Network and all of our production crew. Final score, 2-0, Santa Fe defeats FC Ambush.